Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you a few things that we're working with in Prime Staffing, and Prime Recruiting plus Payroll is one of them. Prime Pro is one of the things that you've seen probably as well, but just wanted to highlight something with Prime Recruiting plus Payroll because it essentially helps you hire based on fit without endless rounds of hiring. I've recently been going through a book on recruiting called Top Grading, in which the author, Dr. Smart, as they call him, he sounds like a superhero, I know, but he describes the process in which we can kind of get to the elusive top performers, the 25% of the people who are actual high performing individuals. And it's a very rigorous technique and it can definitely be done. But a lot of the time, um, we will find that we're not always able to do that for those positions that aren't management or office positions, right? So it's difficult to assess actual on-the-job performance in an interview for one, but also for particular jobs, especially in the trades or in jobs where you're doing a lot of manual work, um, technicians, etc. You need to assess the skill and the work ethic on the job level to be able to see, who are the high performers, what their skill levels are, and actually assess candidates. So that's led people to use terms like hire fast, fire fast, as in just bring them on board, see who the top performers are, and then fire them. But the thing is that with that method, you're essentially going to be going through a lot of paperwork. Instead of processing one agreement, safety orientation, tax form, T4, and all the other government lovely documentation, now you have three or more, or however long it takes to get to that high performer. Also, it's very messy and an emotional roller coaster for the employees going through this process because they don't know if they're going to lose their job, if they're going to be picked, and it's creates division among employees, and it creates a bad reputation for the company itself online and elsewhere, and it signals to high performers that maybe we shouldn't work for that company because they start reading all these bad reviews online. And a lot of the times, what companies do is they just don't end up sticking with the high performers and they settle for C and D players instead. So um, you end up with low performers instead of the high performers. Now, a business needs to spend every hour delivering on promises and winning new clients rather than hiring. So the third option, which is what we're affording people now, is Prime Recruiting plus Payroll. So we essentially recruit and dispatch the individual based on your requirements and timeline, and you decide whether we handle payroll for you or you handle it and we'll just do the recruiting. So after you've had them on the job, you can hire them and you've seen that they're a high performer, so yeah, makes sense. But if they don't perform the way that you'd hoped and they are more of a B, C, or D player, then you can request a new one, a new person, a new candidate at no additional cost. So with Prime Recruiting plus Payroll, it gives you the upsides of hire fast, fire fast, without some of the downsides, as well as being able to take a little bit more time in interviewing, vetting, and recruiting. So as we talked about, reducing downtime, saving money by avoiding wrong hires and scaling up projects, reducing HR overhead and those negative reviews, and essentially spending more time retaining instead of hiring. So you can find the elusive 25%, the A players, but just check out Prime Staffing and Prime Recruiting plus Payroll, and we'll be able to help you out.